Hi everyone and welcome to the archives. This is our last interview for May and I'm sitting here with Cosima from Ottolinger. Hi.
Hey.
Obviously I know what you're wearing, but which collections are you wearing from Ottolinger?
Oh, that's a good one. The shoes are AW. Actually, the shoes is a sample that never got released.
Oh,
The
interesting.
colorway,
Okay.
that sweet colorway. It was spring summer 23. No, sorry, spring summer 24.
Okay.
25.
But they were never released, so not even a collection, just a sample at this
Yes,
point.
I'm wearing a sample actually. The trousers are pre-summer 25.
I really like them.
They're super nice. Yeah, I like live in them. But denim is such a good thing, you know. You can literally like, if it's a good denim pair of jeans, you can just wear it all the time.
Yeah.
And the jacket is much older. I think this is SS23.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Do you often or only wear your brand? Or
I think
how it is for designers? I don't know. Do you guys
Yeah.
also wear other brands?
Yeah, I actually do wear a lot. I mostly wear Ottolinger because we started the brand with the idea to create our wardrobe because we were not happy what was around us.
Okay.
So it was one of the main reasons we like, you know, dress up. We were like, okay, we're really lacking a really good, nice pair of jeans or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and now we have a lot of options.
Now we have
But
collection.
I still stick. I have like a uniform almost, like, because we are surrounded by so much fashion and like we have to have new ideas and so many garments. Sometimes I'm like, I just stick to my uniform because I cannot also be bothered to like throw together a really exciting outfit every day. Because yeah,
Just
maybe I
takes a
should
lot
be
of...
less lazy. Maybe I'm a bit lazy there sometimes because I'm like, because we start our days are really early to late and like then you just have your uniform and you throw it on.
I guess when you work also with fashion, like in the end you just want to be like comfortable and you just like you create a lot, but what you wear maybe is not necessarily doesn't have to be that exciting, you know.
Yes, but I agree and disagree. I don't know. Yes, it's true because a lot of designers they wear like only, you know, like the white sneakers and like a black turtleneck.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, with our brand, because it's not like we make like couture stuff and then it's like the designers are toned down. We do create a wardrobe. We are a wardrobe brand, so with a bit of an edge and we're more niche. But like, you know, it's also fun to wear the clothes we make. So I really, but I think I could put more effort. Sometimes I'm like, Cosima, I can't be that lazy.
So you are Swiss.
Yes.
You guys are both Swiss,
Yes.
living in Berlin, but you're showing in Paris.
Yes.
How come this choice? I'm very curious to know, like, what do you think about the scene in Berlin and fashion, like the fashion week in Berlin?
When we started, our first show was with V-Files in New York. So do you remember this? There was a competition.
Yeah.
So, and we won that competition. And with that, we had another show in New York. And then we also had a showroom with V-Fast. And with that showroom, we went to Paris. And then it kind of made sense for us to also have a show. And back then was a presentation. It was not a show after. So we had shows in New York, but the first appearance in Paris was a presentation. Actually, in fact, 3 times because you apply to be on the calendar. And then first, they only let us have a slot for a presentation because you're a young designer and you know you have.
What was the year? Was it like before COVID, right?
Yeah. It was spring summer. No, the first presentation was the winter collection AW 20.
Okay.
19. Oh my god, I'm mixing those up.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. We had 2 or 3 runway shows in Paris before COVID. So, yeah. But then, yeah, we had a show. We had presentation in Paris, and then also with the showroom being there and all the buyers coming to the showroom, and everyone being in the city, like from photographers, stylists, like it made sense to stay there and not to show in Berlin where people travel to Berlin like now more than I think it became.
Yeah, it
more
became
popular.
bigger.
But like just for the industry itself, like Paris is like where everyone goes, like, and you make the business. It's not only like to showcase, but also to sell the collection. And also it's like the most important fashion weeks of all.
Completely
Like,
agree
like
with that.
the level is quite high. I mean, the competition is like you have to be very
Yeah, the
it's
competition.
very tough. Yeah.
But then Berlin has had, in your opinion, like an influence on, like, let's say, like shaping Ottolinger?
For sure. I guess that we're like quite fearless in certain decisions, design wise, or we take the freedom to do certain things comes with the room that we have to experiment without being judged. Or, I mean, we get judged when we show in Paris, but like it allows us here, or it has allowed us here to work in a way that we have freedom. And I think if we would have been in Paris, I think it would have helped us also, because sometimes I feel like we're a bit cut off for certain things, or like, yeah, we don't, we go out here in Berlin and we meet like the galleries, we meet like artists, like ours, we have a big social field, but it's less, let's say, fashion oriented, or like with the business that we are in. And if it would be based in Paris, we would like certain things would have happened earlier, maybe would have been bigger, or like, we would have been less niche or something like this, or we would become more commercial with our language, design language. So I feel like Berlin, the good thing about Berlin is that we have the freedom, or it gives us the freedom to experiment and be like the way we are. But in the same time, it also obviously is also a bit restricted in terms of like not all doors are open, because we're not participating in all
the activities that like takes
by default, because we're not like there all the time.
Yeah.
So it's a bit both, I'd say. But I think it has shaped. It had a big part of like the way the brand looks, or is perceived.
I think I've seen somewhere like, I don't remember who wrote this, that Ottolinger is a little bit also like clubwear. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I know. Often people always say that. I don't know if this is yeah, no, we could ask if we're inspired by nightlife. I wouldn't necessarily say so, but of course, Berlin has a huge nightlife and it's a safe space. And I guess we create clothes for people also to feel safe, but at the same time to be super expressive. It's not like safe in terms of like, oh, again, the black turtleneck and like the white sneakers. So it's it expresses more, but it's a safe space. And I guess people like to wear that stuff when they also go out. If I go out, I see a lot of Ottolinger. But it's not like Chris and I, we sit together and we're like, oh, we're inspired by the club or something.
Okay.
I mean, we do go out, but it's not like necessarily, I would say, the biggest part. But also, I mean, we're also getting older, so maybe we spend less time with that topic.
Off camera, you were saying that you're going to show in Berlin, right?
Yes.
So this is going to be the first show.
This is a unique, what is it? No, exclusive. Well, the thing is, we do this now once. It's not that we haven't planned any further activities, but like, let's say it's a one-off for now.
Okay.
For the Berlin Fashion Week, that we're going to show our pre-collection with a runway show here.
What can we expect?
I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be late.
Late?
And tiny. Late at night.
What do you mean late? I like to be in bed by 9 p.m.
Yeah, no, you're going to miss it. You have to stay. Okay. Yes, I think it will be around 9. Okay. You can do it.
I can do it. Okay, if it's 9. Okay, but what are you guys like, as much as you can say, obviously. What is the concept, or like the collection even,
I mean, when we started playing around with the thought of like showing in Berlin, we're like, okay, how can we make this fun? Not just to make like a big show and like a big hall or whatever. Like, okay, we wanted to make it super tiny in like a small place, or like in a prestigious place, with a very exclusive collection with pieces that we haven't shown maybe in that way, that are like super reworked or like only exist in very small exclusive numbers. Also with a casting that's extremely special. And with only like a few guests, we do like maybe, I don't know, 100 guests or something. So it should be an experience.
Wow. I'm excited.
I hope we like, okay, we haven't done it yet, so we're in the planning. Yeah. I hope it's going to be nice and amazing. And I mean, it's fun to plan it right now. So I think we have a good feeling towards it.
I mean, you guys always have very interesting like shows, in my opinion. The one with the shark, like the dead shark. Was it dead? Was it supposed to look dead?
No, I think it was supposed to look like it's coming out of the water, because it's showing half of the head. Yeah, like this was more inspired of like, when you have these like horror movies, these B horror movies, and you always have like that one girl that survives everything, and she's like, everything is like torn apart and like she has scratches, but she looks fabulous, and she drives away in the car. Like, in the end,
what was the name of this movie?
Yeah, there's a few of them. The car is like in the Amazonas, in with a temple or something.
Yeah.
And there's other one that's like with sharks when they're like on a boat and the yacht is like, I don't know.
I get it. Nice.
Yeah, which is the one with the temple. Like, this is a really SME. It's one. It's the one with the car.
But I don't remember the name of it.
And it really has really bad effects and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and only one girl survives. And she wears like, I don't know, like, yeah, in the end, but she still looks fabulous, even though she has been.
Because that was also kind of like the concept of the collection that looked torn apart. And I feel like the designs, like the Ottolinger designs, are kind of like, it looks like they've been through like either a fire, a fight, or something. Like, where does the concept come from?
I think the fire thing, what we've done in the beginning, was more the idea that the fire has its own will. So we can light up your skirt, but maybe the flame goes a certain way and we cannot control this.
Did you really like burn?
Yes, like the blowtorch.
Oh,
no, with the light.
Okay.
It's not strong enough. With like
is that strong enough to burn? I've never tried.
A blowtorch. I mean, I think you can do it lighter, but it's just not. It depends.
It's not gonna create like a massive effect.
No.
Okay.
I mean, it depends if it's nylon. It goes quite quick. But no, with the blowtorch, yeah, we did that. And I think it's just interesting to see if things are like almost not perfect or like falling apart a little bit. There's a really beauty in that. It also shows that things are temporary. And so it's most things in life are not forever.
Yeah.
And also a garment has a life, and we like the idea of showing that already, even if you get it like as a new item, and you can show that there is a life to it.
Yeah. It's like a little bit in between, like there's no beginning, no end, but there was a beginning and there will be an end. And
exactly, something like this.
Interesting.
Really poetic.
Okay, wait, let me go through my questions because I don't remember what I put here. Yeah. This is a good one. So Ottolinger is 10 years old. So you guys have survived COVID. You kind of like always manage to stay relevant. What's the secret sauce?
Actually, the 10th year anniversary will be next winter collection. But it's true, actually, we would already have started working on it somehow.
Nice.
What's the secret sauce? I don't know. Maybe Berlin. Maybe it is the reason we maintained who we are, and that we still have the fire for it, and like it's so fun because I think we created a bubble and we're really on top of it. Like it's, it works. And maybe it would not have been the same if it would have been in Paris or in London.
Do you think the pressure would have been like different?
Yeah, and also like I feel like when I talk to other people from the industry that are like in cities that like, London or Paris, it's more harsh. Like also COVID, like the consequences were more
extreme,
heavy. Yeah. Exactly. And I think we were a bit like not safer here, but like more, like it didn't touch us that much. So yeah.
I think a good part also of Ottolinger, like commercially from the outside perspective, was collaborations.
Yeah.
You guys had huge collaborations with Puma and Camper, and you did the guest design for Jean-Paul Gaultier, which was, how was it?
That was also really nice. Yeah, it was really nice. But I do think actually it's a good point. I think one of the reasons, or like when you say like what's the sauce why we're still around, or like we do what we do, I think collaborations is a big part, especially if you're an independent. And I mean, okay, now we're not like a young brand anymore, but like an independent brand that doesn't have investors, or it's like really self-funded. A collaboration, first of all, is super interesting because all the collaborations we did was with something we can't do ourselves. Like let's say with the sports brands like Puma, we don't have the facilities to make sneakers in that way, at least, or like to make bags for that price point in that way, Yeah. And so first of all, it's super interesting to meet people within those companies, but also to learn how they work and also have this type of product. And also, obviously, also have a different reach with a different, like, again, like Puma, like a big name, like a sports brand. It's a different reach because we are a niche brand. So this really helps. But also it's like a really big part of our journey, I would say. and we really like also doing this.
What was the best and the worst collaboration that you, if you want to say, of course?
Oh my God, I cannot say this. No, but
okay,
of course,
don't say the name. Something, a little tea.
I mean, I think it's like really frustrating if you start working on something and they approach, like, for example, there was this one brand that approached us.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot say names, but like just explaining you the process of like why this was so frustrating. It's like, and they were like, oh, we love what you guys do. You're like so fantastic in like deconstruction. Like, yeah, we love the edge, the niche, like this crazy mission girl, like we love it. They put together crazy, but like, can you do this? And we're like, yeah, sure. I mean, this is what we do. And then we are in the process of making, and then like every meeting we would have, and we would have one every, I would say, not every 2 weeks, but like multiple every month.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, yeah, no, we cannot do this. No, we cannot do that. And in the end, we looked at something like this. I mean, we cannot do this. This is like, it has nothing to do with us anymore, because I stripped out every aspect. And because it had to go through, and then it's not about the team who that approached us. It was more like, I think, also the upper management who got scared that this would be too edgy or like.
Yeah.
But then I was like, why did you ask us? Because like we are associated with those things
elements
and, like,
that you're trying to like remove.
these style choices also, and like this specific woman that is like really strong and has a lot of things to say, or like yes, not afraid of the opinions of others, because she's
a badass.
Yeah, and she's fearless, and she's really proud, and also fun and humorous. It's not like it shouldn't be like heavy,
serious necessarily.
Yeah, and exactly. And I think for some people, like the combination of that humor and the fearlessness can come across really like scary, because like I feel like humor is also a certain level of intellect, and then they're like, okay, this is we're gonna throw off our usual customers, so we're gonna do this.
Yeah,
and I understand, but maybe you should have thought through that before approaching us, because we spend a lot of time and like and this is something that never got released.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you start to work on it and it didn't go
for
to
quite a while.
Okay. So what was the best then?
I mean, there's many. I really there's for different reasons. I love the Puma one because also the whole team still wears all the bags and the shoes, and me too. Like I have all the colors just also to keep, because I thought we did a really good job there, and we had like a really good feedback.
Yeah.
But also, for example, the camper collaboration we did, the shoes, we still get requests for those shoes like every other week.
They went sold out immediately. Like I was not able to find them anywhere.
And also I didn't get a pair of like one. I'm like I should have like snatched a pair for myself too. And I was like, or maybe I gave it away because someone came like, oh, really want a pair? I'm like, yeah, you should have them, whatever. And that was a good sign. Like it aged very well, So if people now, and the camper has been like 4 years, 3 years, and it's a while ago since we did it.
Yeah.
And people still come and ask. And I also still wear, and also I still wear like the felt boots. Like I wear them like it's one of my uniforms. It includes the camper boots. So you see, like I think in all the collaborations we released, I think there's something I really like about. That's it. But you don't do them yourself. You go somewhere.
No, I go somewhere because it's just annoying. Like I'm not that
time.
I'm also not that good with my hands, to be honest. So, but you did your nails today, right?
Yes.
I wanted to ask you, where did you go? Because I saw them.
Yes, I went to
nice.
There's a place in Prenzlauer Berg I always go. There's this one guy in there that really knows his job really well.
Okay, you have to tell me, because this is why I was asking, because we live close by. I wanted to know.
Yes,
I need to find someone in Berlin, because I've been to different
salons.
salons.
Where you can get nice nails. Also, there's some really bad ones, but there's good ones too.
I always have such a specific idea in my mind of what I want with my nails, and I don't have a photo because I just thought of it.
Yeah, it helps
so
to have an image.
The most viral product that you had was the ceramic bag.
Yeah.
How was the impact of that virality on Ottolinger at the time?
I mean, it helped us grow. I think we got a lot of like visibility through that bag because it was quite of a new language back then. I mean, now I see it like it got copied a lot and I can see it everywhere. But like, I think this type of aesthetic was just like this crafty but still like kind of quite elaborate design was really the peak of like essence of what Ottolinger stands for. It's this bold choice, but still is quite like somehow subtle, and it's cute also. It's not just like brutal or so. But also the sunglasses we did,
Yes.
they
I
also
have them. I love them. Wear them all the time.
So for example, I think these went even more viral. And for those, for example, there's a lot of copies. Like I just been also traveling, and I found like on like I saw fakes. And also you see fakes, like I don't know if you go on Shein or something.
How do you deal with being copied?
There's nothing you can do. I think it's a compliment also. I think for those products that really performed well for us, they got copied. That also means they performed well. If something doesn't get copied, maybe we shouldn't continue this product. It's almost like a validation. And yeah, of course it hurts because you feel like, okay, you're losing money, or like,
maybe brand recognition a little bit.
But in the end, it was like all of these products were such strong products that everyone knew it was still Ottolinger.
Who was the OG?
Yes, exactly. So it's just annoying. I think for the glasses, whatever, because I've seen so many fakes. I'm like, okay, this is like ridiculous for like $2 or like, and you see like 3,000 people have purchased one. I'm like, oh my God. But like, in the end, like it didn't, it's interesting, I think. This, this phenomenon. I don't know. I guess the people who really want the product still get the real one.
I agree. And I think in the end, you can be copied as much as you want, but like I have the original ones, and the quality, to be honest, is really good, because I tend to treat my stuff like shit in a way that especially the stuff that I use a lot.
You use it.
I use it so much. And sunglasses, like I forget them somewhere, and then I have my keys in my bag with my sunglasses, and
I'm
like
the same.
So
the chaos is real.
Exactly. Embrace the chaos. But I feel like the quality is always there. Like they haven't changed. Also, they haven't changed the shape. I like to wear them also on my head.
Yes.
Because it looked like
a crown.
Yeah,
that's true.
So I like to wear them on my head as well, and the shape hasn't changed. So
Yeah.
in the end, I think if you're seeking quality over quantity,
yes,
people
true.
will come to Ottolinger for that.
Once I found a mesh shirt of ours, and it said like Ottolinger, like, but it's the same design, but like just the brand was better. And I wanted to buy it and get it as like a birthday gift for Krista, but then the shop shut down. I really wanted it. I thought it was so
What was it?
funny.
Ottolino?
Ottolino. I don't know. They just. I think they made the G to another O or something.
Yeah.
It looked almost like Danish or Swedish or something.
Okay.
And it was so funny because the rest looked exactly the same, and I thought it was ridiculous. I thought actually we should have come up with this. We should make this own fake brand. It was so funny.
You know what's crazy is that you are so like niche / also independent, but you're very like it's a very much well-known brand, right? So what's the goal for you, like from now to, let's see, like in the near future, to grow? Like what expectation and desire of growth you have as a niche brand?
It's a good one. It's a tough one. We discuss this a lot because the market has changed. I mean, it's a tough situation right now. It's not like, I wouldn't say, it's the easiest of all times right now in fashion. There's like, obviously we want to grow, but also I think we want to become more specific again for certain products. We started also a new line where we like rework all the garments of ours, and we go a bit more crafty, because like for us this is like the ultimate luxury, like to have an item that has been reworked and treated in a way. It's almost like a diamond. But
I think this is the future, like,
and really like, and then it's only like a few items. Sorry,
yeah. No, but I think like this, okay, upcycling, it's a little bit of like a empty word at this point. It's very much used for marketing, but the concept of upcycling, like using stuff that already exists to create new stuff, I think it should be, if not the future, like it should be already the present, because we could literally live with the clothes that we already have for like 100 years.
But that's what I mean. Also, like I have this uniform. And but also like I think what happened after COVID, there was like almost like this reaction that like a shop's been buying so much more than usual, and people also bought more, and then like it created such a huge amount of like garments that are in the world, and like also we ended up with so much more garments, and we also rework our own because we have a stock of stuff. And I'm like, these are beautiful items, we can even make them more special, and we give them more value because and more history, or like because sometimes we also ask ourselves, does the world need more clothes? Like, it's wild, we are like working in an industry that creates constantly material, you know. And it's interesting, or like it's good to think of how to stay creative with this. It's not a problem. Be creative with it. How can we maintain what we're doing in a different way? Also, that's also meaningful, because we're not like numb towards these questions or like problems that are around us, you know.
On that note, I have one last question for you. Would you start a brand today in 2025 in like today's fashion climate? Would you still do it? Like if you would have to start from scratch?
Yes.
Long pause. I like that.
Yes, because it's also, I mean, obviously it's a big fight.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. But also it comes with so much joy, so much freedom. It's an adventure. You buckle up, you're with a good friend, you buckle up, you do it, and you're in for a wild ride. And that's life also. It's not about success. It's not about, you know, it's just like an adventure. And I think you should always be up for an adventure. So even if it's 25 and the industry is going situation, you have an idea, start now. Because like, don't think about it, because the hardest part is to start. And then you're in the ride already, and then you just go, oh yeah, and I thought about all, you know, ups and downs, and like,
Yeah.
But of course, I mean, nothing is just like, you know, a jolly ride.
No, absolutely.
And that would be stupid also.
And also so many things don't really depend about your product and yourself. Like it's such a huge, massive industry with like so many players at the same time. So I feel like whenever you have like the idea, the will, and also like the will to commit to something for a long time, I think you should just do it. So
I mean, you can cut it also. I never looked, actually, only now. I think twice I looked over you. So it looks nice. It looks more cozy. Like, yeah.